It's going for Apple Store. If you're thinking different, having the ability to do this, it's always a good time to come to Apple Store. I just got a new phone, and it's kind of like how other generations may have done this with like used cars. Get yourself into a better deal, and you get yourself into a better spot. This is a video I'm going to talk about technology, phone. What else I did? I just got an AirTag, $29. The ability and the emotional weight of what I went through, and having this AirTag now is important and unique to me. I recently had a situation where I left my keys at the library and it was closed for 2 days. And I thought that I did leave them at the library, and indeed I did. I was just unsure if the library would be able to help me retrieve it, and they were. Having this greater peace of mind now is something I'll talk more about in depth in a moment later on in this video. For now, I'm just gonna get it out of here though. Strawberry watermelon lemonade at Tokyo Joe's. I just stopped in here for a small bite, some pot stickers, and a drink. A small luxury. Being able to get food at a food court like this. This is the food court at Cherry Creek Mall in Denver, Colorado. It's something I haven't done in such a long time. You know, I love my Pepsi, but if it's not on Snap, a lot of the time while homeless, and also the many days, about 140 some days, after defeating homelessness with no access to capital. And things like this just never happened, ever. I've got a video I'm referencing on the top of my head, and I'm going through the channel a lot. Anytime my family needs new glasses, they just go and get some. That video. I still need to get my vision wear. But I got the iPhone. Next stop, I'm not sure where to be. Probably, my goal is to be home because I need to charge this phone. Man, I love having an iPhone again. I've got an iPhone SE 64 gig, a little red one. It's kind of the most basic model iPhone, but I love it. Works for me. Remember things like to take out, when I do my video, take out the headphones. You get that scratchy noise like in the last little scene here when I was in the Tokyo Joe's. I'm being able to kind of know what I want to say it all quick enough, concise enough, the way it makes sense. It's a little bit more elevated than some of the videos when I'm homeless and I'm wild and crazy, and boy, do we have a lot of those. I'm uploading some now, and there will be a lot more. It's time to get those up, so it gives me lift, watch time hours, and everything. You have to remember for a reason, huge reason, maybe the biggest reason. I'm doing this, uploading older videos, me homeless, that we just never saw on YouTube, but they were existing. I made them and made a conscious decision back in the day to just not put it on YouTube. One reason or another. Some of those reasons could have been literally battery, Wi-Fi connection. Did not have it. I had to conserve it to get to wherever I could survive in ice cold winter. The blistering sun. It'd be hard on a phone when it's all you have to keep you alive. Being able to do these kind of videos, specifically this kind right here, to have, I think people might want to know a little bit about why I got a new phone. What it means to me is talking out loud about, like, here's me doing it. Here's me doing it here in early 2025. I'll watch this again in 5 years. Go back and revisit this, but I will remember having a great experience today and getting an Apple AirTag, because I just lost the keys at the library, was able to get them. But now, you have to also know having keys is something I didn't have for 2 years. Key set it all went away. So being able to have keys again, and then have an AirTag that if I lose my apartment key, and there is an entrance going in and out of the building. If I don't have the key, I freeze. There's nobody to really help get me in there a lot of times. So it is a very good thing that we have these AirTags. Being able to get one, And now knowing if I lose the keys on the train, this is the local train here in Denver, it's likely that they could be recovered. I did lose my keys on the train in 2020. Late 2019 or early 2020, one of the two. When I lost those keys in 2019 or 2020, my apartment in Colorado, first one I had, it costed like $300 for a locksmith. And I was the only person in my family out here. I had to pay it. It was a contributing factor to go homeless. Just kind of like being air tax. Right there's Warby Parker. I can't wait to go in there. It's probably where I'll get my vision wear. I'm so excited and thankful for the Lord's blessing. Finally was able, after trying all the time since July, was able to liquidate the stock. The last remaining thing for my nuclear family would have probably helped me eliminate homelessness if you could sell stock while you're homeless. There's a problem. It's something I need to speak with Nancy Pelosi about, or someone like her. If you do not have a utility bill, you cannot. I was not able to do it without a utility bill. I had to wait for a utility bill. I could sell the stock so I could defeat homelessness and access about $1,100 in life-saving money. And it took since July trying, even with a home. This time Acosta was a criminal. I had to go through some other things with the bank in order for this to finally happen. I also did my taxes, but haven't got those quite yet. But I have been very, very much a busy person. So one thing that's different right now is, man, this feels awkward using this old phone because I haven't got the service transferred over to the Apple iPhone. I'm ordering a Lyft because it's cold outside. It's like 24 degrees. Because I can. Because a Lyft is $7.93. I'll be here in just a little bit. Because my body has walked over 100 miles while homeless every single month I was homeless. Because I have done the ice and the scooters and the skiing in the city on a scooter. And right now, at 1,400 plus miles, is the most dangerous time. I would say right now, even, when it gets dark, would be the most dangerous and risky thing. Because this Lyft is a few bucks. And my legs are irreplaceable. Because of Karen. Because other people do too. Even at times it felt like it didn't. They didn't. They do. And every homeless person out there, when it gets that bad, if you don't know where you're going, but you're going on foot or on a scooter, I hope this moment brings you hope. Because I could take a Lyft in a warm, safe car back home, configure my AirTag for the keys I have in this country. If you're being homeless across America and uploading these videos I'm doing, just the random sporadic things you didn't see while I was homeless, before and after this video, I'm just kind of trying to catch you a day in a moment. What's today's day? Is it the January 22nd, I believe? 2025. Because I had been to West Virginia and back here to the mall. I had been to California and back here, and then I had 3 months in the summer. The hardest time it was for me to be homeless was those last 3 months. And I got back from California. Second on those for housing. I had to wait 3 months before I was housed. Because I can. And I will. Go home and live. I've got just a few minutes to wait, so I'm not wait inside. And I know exactly where I'm at. I know there's a bus way to get home. And I always have bus tickets because I'm responsible. There's a bus connection, a transfer on the way back versus take a bus. And it's going to be about 25 minutes in the most blistering wind right there where that spot is. Please start. And I don't have to, because I can. Check out the Because I Can video, link in the description. When I have recently, in the summer 2023, left, I think, Aurora Medical Center, and immediately was at the library the very next day doing a video breaking down that song by Leanne Rimes. A time when ending homelessness felt a lifetime away, or it may never arrive. Right out here by Nordstrom's, about to get in a ride, and one of their founders said, "Leave it better than you found it," and everything in life. And I learned that when I was doing another video, the incapacitation video. I was at the hospital waiting room charging the phone, not sure where to go next, and for a few weeks there, I was thinking that I might do that. The homelessness and into it was not going to arrive. I never did. Praise the Lord. All right, let's get home and leave it better than you found it. On that topic, kind of talk about the upgrades and the maximum benefits I got today and why I had to. Here I am, back at my place. Economy and freedom, warmth, security. And I've been busy, like I said, keeping the fridge full, freezer, keeping the place clean, keeping everything that was lost, having it, maintaining it, making it better. One thing I just thought of is, I lost my keys, and I have on my keychain my mailbox key and the back gate key that I rarely use. But one thing I can do with this AirTag now, and it just makes sense, it's all about eliminating risk. Like the Lyft ride, and taking these mailbox key and back gate key. I don't really need to have them. You can have them on a separate keychain. It stays in the home. Because if I was to lose the key set, at least I have access to those things. Never really thought about that till just now. Let's get into the technology and the benefits that happened today. But first, so glad to be able to do this again. Every time is like the first time. So, for a discussion on technology, this is the only video clip that's not on the iPhone. It is a Android 9137W. Android just gives their products a number. iPhone gives it a name. Apple gives it a name. It might be iPhone SE, iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Pro, Plus, whatever. It's at least a little bit more of a polished make of a product or something, But this little $15 tablet is something I'm comfortable hanging over the side of the bathroom for while I'm in the bathtub, and checking occasionally while I'm in the bathtub. And it's just about that risk tolerance. There's a video linked in the description. Living more richly all the time. It's kind of a new thing that was never possible. I was trying to survive while homeless. Benefits of getting an iPhone are many. I hope you can see right now the direct change in quality as I switch to another clip. Oh, I feel so much better. That bath, nice soft clothes. I see the weather outside doesn't matter anymore. I don't have to go anywhere. I'm not depending on anyone else. Tell me when I can and can't be here. Time to go. It all stops. It's when you have been homeless for 2 years and you get that back. Sometimes you just sit here in the silence. But benefits of the iPhone. Might do this in segments. This is a very, very kind of just pure-hearted way it is. I like doing retakes. Benefits of the iPhone. Number one, the interface. Just like it better. The Android phone has just a delay in swiping and moving, and just I've started on an iPhone and I just can't get off of it.
and not miss it. And I do like having that Android and helping me become versatile in different systems. You learn better that way. This is an iPhone 64 gig, iPhone SE third edition, third generation. The 64 gig, this Android here is a 128. The 64 gig forces me to work a lot more efficiently, and I think we'll probably, likely, deliver a more efficient viewing experience in the way I edit and just the way I'm compressed. And now I'm not so limited because I do still have this Android machine plus that $15 tablet. But it will enable me to think a lot more nimbly and record content in a much more efficient way. I think that we'll see, because I will probably eventually upgrade to even, this is like the basic bare bones current model iPhone you walk into the store, and I got this through Apple Care. So I had my Apple Care this whole time, August, September, October, November, December. Now it's January. And I knew that I had a chance. I didn't know if I was going to absolutely be able to redeem it, but I was. So it was a $99 replacement. I also got, just had a situation where I needed the headphones again. I do have the Android headphones. The Apple ones, those are just kind of generic headphones that work on aux input. These sound better, they feel better. I've been able to keep up with these a little longer. This does not come with a new iPhone or a power cord anymore. If you don't know that. They gave me the headphones when I got the phone changed out in the summer, and then right not long after I had it, did it smash in a scooter wreck. I want to go back and visit that scooter wreck accident area. It's near the 48th bed permanent shelter, 48th Street permanent bed shelter, and I can do things that I couldn't do before, like maybe turn that Denver rescue mission upside down video, linked in the description for now. I can probably fix that real fast. Benefits of the iPhone. I was on, and still am right now in this transitionary period, using Google One cloud storage and paying for that. Apple iCloud storage, paying for that too. I never migrated everything over, and I never had the plan to stop iCloud, because I also have text messages and iMessage and content that I think could be evidence or important and resolving time Acosta. Text messages with Tom Acosta going back to when I was there. Things like that. There's also some video content that was lost in iMessage. And I can tell you, just like wanting to edit and use this, new phone and everything, I can't do it quite that way, because I also need to go through and download so many gigs of iMessage and look through and save and do things that I was never able to do once I wrecked the scooter and the phone smashed. It would probably help if I could tell you there is an example of what I'm referring to. Messages with video lost in iMessage that would make a good YouTube video that I believe in very much. There's already one that exists. It's called Tom Acosta is taking all of the life out. Something like that. It's linked in the description. In this video, it's originally a video I sent to a friend I had for a long time. It was in another state, has been supportive, but was at this place where he just really couldn't even relate to me anymore. But in that moment, I remember specifically, I was at, just before I became a resident here, still homeless, and I was at Planet Fitness using their Wi-Fi. I did not have any data on the phone, and I was not sure where would be the very best place for me to leave in that moment at the parking lot at Planet Fitness. Where would I be taking my homeless body? What would be the very best place for me to go? I was staying sometimes at that storage unit. The only time, very brief period of time, I ever did that. And my thoughts is on what Tom Acosta's doing, how life-ruining this is. I talk about lifetimes, because what he's doing is impacting lifetimes. You have to understand It's two things. It is having a clothes in your back and nowhere to go, and it is another worst nightmare. It's both of those things hitting all the time. So there's content, likely, other things like that I would like to pull, because I think that still makes a very, very good YouTube video that I still believe in all the way. I was doing the At Least As Famous as Pamela Anderson video. At the very end of that, I maybe just finished it, and I went to go get a drink at a gas station, and that's when I hit this place we'll go see in the future. Really want to go see it because Denver's pavement and sidewalks are very, very good. There are a few places though, and you'll see this where I go. I'll go here in a few days if it warms up. Benefits of the iPhone. I'm also looking at doing things like I'm on Metro PCS. Before that, I was on Q-Link Wireless, government provided phone service that was limited and then had some cutbacks. But then I became a Metro PCS customer. Organization helped me with housing, helps with that. Metro PCS as a company, I say the people are great. The customer service online is great, but they have some policies, and it's very difficult to get your bill. It's also better for me to just bundle with Xfinity. And I'm working on all of this churning and building the homes. We see the curtains, they came on. We see these lamps, and Nathan's in that process of building the home now. And you see me back in September, October. Remember that complete recovery video? Maybe I'll link out in the description. I mean, I'm just kind of throwing a whole bunch of the evolution, and being on this bare bones $99 replacement if it breaks again iPhone model. It's also the SE. I love the 12 mini. That's what I did a lot of 2023. I think the whole damn year was on a 64 gig 12 mini. And then I got a 13 Pro Max. And I love that cinematic feature. We saw that one in wide open spaces, linked in the description. That's a video about the pre-existing problems facing my individual family members and struggles that they were going through. Best way I could summarize it. And like I said, I've kind of definitely got a good grasp of my whole body of kind of work now. I am on that track to do subscriber-based revenue and doing a GoFundMe and doing something that pays back everybody that helps me and doing something for other worthy causes. I don't want to give too much away yet. I'm still thinking about the best ways to do that. Being in the iPhone, Apple platform where is my native, like I said, when I started, being able to have this Android is great, but being able to really focus on, Mac is more that editor level or professional level. It's just, I just like it better. I do. I think there are very good Android phones out there, and I have a more inexpensive bare bones one, but it has been a good workhorse. I'm very happy to have had it. I'm satisfied with the bill and the payments and just other things to where I'm in that process of, you gotta remember too, while I was homeless, it was fighting to survive one more day. It was literally being at the San Francisco homeless shelter, the phone charger getting stolen, and then you have just the battery that you have on the phone until that goes dead, and nothing else can happen to help you defeat homelessness until you solve the problem of obtaining a charger, and you don't have any money to do it. So how do you it is that gridlock that you just really have to just go outside your home in a backpack and do not come back for 2 years. Do not depend on any family to help you. That's really what it was. Now, I am in this place of where I am building a long-term, stable track. I'm no longer thinking of the cheapest iPhone. I did it today. I had the ability to go get a 12 or 13 mini, 256 gig. I could have done that. I wanted to. I chose not to because it was best for my budget to stretch every dollar. And it is going to ensure if this phone breaks, I can just go get another third generation SC 64 gig. There's other ways with the external plug-in things. Now, I don't really want to do it that way. I want to stay in this really compacted iPhone 64 gig allowance I have, but I'm also looking at things like an iPad or a Mac Mini in the future. I'm no longer in that just whatever I can do to work at 7-Eleven, just to run a roam, just to defeat homelessness. I have a different set of circumstances, and it's allowed me to think on a very long-term plan. It has allowed me to think about being in this apartment for 35 years, thinking on those kind of long ranges. I'm also someone who wants to talk about something else, and that'd be, in this country, we get on the housing voucher, we don't really have a conversation that moves you forward, talking about how you go from homeless to home ownership. Can I get a like, comment, subscribe on that? It's important. It's important. If I was to stay on this voucher till I'm 85, we would spend like $3.5 million on rent if the rent never changed. Other things about the technology, so consolidating the Google One and getting back on the iCloud is going to reduce my monthly costs. I'm going to have a product, not going to be working with two different systems. I'll be very happy when everything is there in iCloud. And it also gives me the ability to organize things better and to create better content, working with what I'm used to working with and having it all under one roof. That helps so much in my finished YouTube videos. Does my editing break your heart? Somebody said my editing was bloody. And I'm just very much not really worried about how it looks now, because I know the future's worth so much more. And where I've already been, having been everywhere in the country, for, very, very good thing. I'm just not in that same space maybe some other YouTube creators would be. Being at the Apple Store is great. It always brings you hope. They were really nice. I just was waiting for one of the regular customers in there today. That's how I felt. I want the Vision Pro very bad. I always have. Did a video link to this. I'll link it in the description. My very emotional experience with the Apple Vision Pro. The things are going to change the world. Being able to be a consumer and have that plan or path forward. There was times at the Apple Store when there's other videos of me at the Apple Store, when I was worried about the cracked phone and negative temperatures. And now being able to have a phone that works and getting a phone that I want, that still makes financial sense and still puts me at this. See, if this phone was to go down, it would be a big hassle. If this phone, the iPhone on the Apple Care, the way it is with 3 Apple stores here, it just puts me in a better place. It is why I did not get an iPhone 12 or 13 mini 256 gig for maybe about 2.5, 3 times the cost unlocked. It would have not had Apple Care, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you buy an unlocked phone on like Amazon, you have to buy the app. You have to buy the phone from Apple for it to have Apple Care. So I didn't do it for that reason. I didn't want to have money wound up at a very, very expensive phone, because that's what I did last year, the iPhone 13 mini, and then I went out to California, and that phone was the super computer. It was my nervous system. And it gave me the confidence to feel like I would be okay. And the best example of that phone shining for a viewer on YouTube is America's Beautiful, It's All For You. When I'm at the Pacific Ocean at Marshall Beach at San Francisco, and I'm literally naked in the beach. That's probably still my favorite video I've ever done. It was such a this is a compliment to that video. It's linked in the description. Please check it out. That one, and at least as famous as Pamela Anderson. America Beautiful, It's All For You is about my personal at peace with life. Everything's hard. And at that time, I did not know I was going to be called second on the list for housing. I did it shortly after that. Maybe I did. Maybe I just barely did. I was still very, very unsteady of what is all going to come together. At least as famous as Pamela Anderson is a still very current look at how I can best describe the situation with the family, what my dad's doing, how it relates to West Virginia, and the future, and the bigger scope of like it could sway that way and be national news. I encourage you to look up everything I can link in the description, but those two particularly probably would be, if you do the channel or just trying to figure me out, them two. Now we have iOS 18 with this, what do they call it? I can't remember what they call it. We've got new stuff. I gotta like learn new stuff, new skills. And like I'm just growing and changing. So being able to know part of us, structure ahead, and do you see a change at Nathan right now versus, I don't know, here?
When my father made me homeless in 2016, he threw his reputation away. Every single painting that was made in print in the 1990s and the Our Town collection featuring me as a little boy, Hinkley to Mom with Love, okay? Those paintings, the ones that are in people's homes today still, that man, a idyllic person, the town of Mount Airy hired to do its All-American City artwork, no longer existed. I'm going to Union Station right now. This is a place I have been many times. I spent many days last winter right here, just hopeless and feeling unloved and not knowing what to do. And now I feel like I do know a little more. I know I'm the leader of this family, and probably the strongest one there's been in a long time.
Or here?
I'm a gay man. Never had kids. Never been a woman. Never really thought about having kids. But I'm at DV and there's a little baby there. What's his name? How old is it? How do you get so shitty? You got a homeless. I'm so angry, but I have such compassion. I didn't know this was in me, but it was in me at the moment my dad said, I'm gonna leave you here in this cabin and go to sleep with a 7-year-old boy. And I was like,
right here. Here.
you know what else? Let me tell you what else just happened. I just fell off this bicycle. I sure did. I got caught in a train track and it just went and off I went. But you know what? I'm still young. Still young enough to get up and do something and try. And the last thing my father ever said to me was he said he promised I would be sorry. But you know what? I ain't sorry today. And I never got myself so messed up in January 6th. My son's university had to throw me out for being there homeless in his third week. And here I have 427 days later still trying. So today I am not sorry. He is. And to everyone who ever put on a uniform, you know the difference between who's sorry and who ain't. And it definitely ain't me.
Here.
I'm sleeping with like 250 men in the same room. It's true. So who else have I slept with while homeless? Here's the answer to that. Nobody I didn't want to sleep with. It's true. Other people I slept with, anybody I wanted to. Nobody I didn't. There's been 3 times I slept, I think 3, that I didn't have indoors to sleep in. One of those times I was in a slide, or a playground that had a lot of slides in it, basically outside. And then 2 times I think I walked until the sun came up. One of them times, well, 3, 4, probably maybe 5 times, because when I got kidnapped.
Here.
They said go to Starbucks. So I'm here, and I would like to thank the Starbucks Corporation for hiring like the most friendliest person ever, who is the most interesting person, probably because this happens all the time, at Denver Health Hospital in Denver, Colorado.
Anyway, so I've been at Starbucks charging the phone because that's literally like, well, if you get discharged for making a complete recovery because you want to kill yourself, and you totally still do, like 2 hours later. I cannot believe I'm actually saying these words, but like, thank you to Starbucks for understanding what the hospital just won't.
Here.
Praise the Lord.
So that's going on. But basically, you know,
I got up this morning, and first of all, I want to say, wow, it is incredible that like how many videos I've done, how much is taking place.
There was a girl in here at homeless shelter. We were doing security walking in here earlier today. I'm like, this girl is like me. She's like, something traumatic has happened to her family. Family's collapsed. She ain't homeless because she can't get it together. She's got it together. She's got really beautiful hair. And she got flowers today. And she got a bag and she carried flowers. Go through security and metal detector. And the homeless shelter guy is like, I'm sorry, you can't have your flowers. Homeless people are not allowed to get flowers and go to a homeless shelter with the flowers that they got. Because they believe in their dreams and so much that someone else does too. And that's the kind of people, Elizabeth, that you're shitting on.
There is now a metric that can prove this is now U.S. history. And what I mean by that is one of the number one search terms last week, ways that people found this YouTube channel, was through searching the words verbatim, U.S. history. I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen. Hoping I was to make it to Yale University. Find out what happened to my friend Chris at High Point. And just hopefully not have been homeless this long. Right? But it didn't turn out that way. I've been homeless coast to coast because I have to be. And, I mean, think about that. I have literally been in the states of Nebraska, Ohio, Tennessee, Nevada, Colorado, all the states, ocean to ocean, without a home in the greatest country in the world. That's actually happened.
so that's going on. But basically, you know,
I ain't never gonna stop saying two things. Praise the Lord, you still better when you say it. You do. And another thing is one of our leaders of our family greeting. Our favorite song was Forever and Ever Amen by Randy Travis. And Uncle Mike had a barbecue with him. Cookout or something.
so that's going on. But basically,
But it's like, you take me back. When I hang out with you, it's like 1992. There's some connection I can't explain, and then you also, I met you. You loved me into the next lifetime, and you couldn't even stop yourself from doing it. You couldn't do it, and there ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
so that's going on. But basically, you know,
There are still people out there who are giving Tom Acosta the very best that they have. And for most of those people, it's cash. It is cash to keep Tom Acosta fed, warm, safe, and dry as he sleeps with a 7-year-old boy and as his firstborn son endures the 626th night homeless for the second time. As more than 500 veterans of the Vietnam War pass every 24 hours, and the mural for Raynell continues to not exist and will never need Tom Acosta's help in any other way other than a prison sentence for stealing the money.
so that's going on. But basically,
Yeah, conversation, Ken. Are you going to say the same words back to me? I was like, I know. But we're going to like tomorrow, next week, whatever. I ain't stopping living without you. Like when I die, get my breath, it's you. That's what I had. And I hope other people love you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I do. And I'm never gonna stop.
so that's going on. But basically, you see the journey I've been on.
Praise the Lord. I'm going home, kind of.
Hello. Yes, sir.
I was telling a friend the other day, this is a good way to close with this kind of director's cut new type of video. I enjoyed doing this one very much. When my parents were younger than me, they had the best in a home video camera, a very expensive one in 1989, probably before. They had purchased a $6,000 computer in like 1991. It was going to fuel their dreams, and it did. We will be doing content. I will be doing content. I will be doing content on looking back at the family. My parents were in a book in the 1980s called Moving to a Small Town by Wanda Urbanska and Frank Levering, where they're in the situation living in Mount Airy, moving to that small town, the factors and reasons, who they were, an optimal set of conditions. I'm going to be going into, as much as I can tell, and show you with the newspaper, the Mount Airy News, and the Winston-Salem Journal, and with specific factual, it's not just Nathan's recollection and memory and opinion, but here are the specific historical things I can show you that tell the story, how my family got to where it is today, the best I can, but in a positive way. Looking back at my parents at a different time, they were unafraid and they believed in the beauty of their dreams. 1994 would have been about when that came to a plateau. But I cannot wait to do my next video. It's gonna be Rescue in Denver Rescue Mission, or in that theme or playlist that I'll make. It's gonna be the upside down video. I'm gonna get it corrected. I think that's gonna be what I work on right after this. So I'm in that flow of like, I don't care if it's too much video. It's just like this experience on YouTube. Thank you for watching. It's been so good. It has cleansed my soul and renewed my spirit. And now I have the tools, finally. And like I said, I'll tell you now, I defeated homelessness like 144 days ago. It took 126 days before I had acquired my own box of trash bags. I'm very blessed that things have finally started to come in, and I think will continue. Please like, comment, subscribe. God bless.